Yo, what's up everybody? This is Joshua Casper and you just heard the auto build box in action. This is a free download over on my website. This video is just going to be a walkthrough of how to manipulate it and customize it for your tracks, and that was just an example. Obviously it's not a full track, but I just wanted to kind of show you what is possible. Everything there was pretty much just from one of the boxes, and only one automation line was animated. So this is the auto build box by itself. So it's pretty massive, and if you, I've duplicated the box and added this kind of siren synth hit, and I've just again animated one line. That's what this sounds like. So it's pretty sweet, right? And if you put those two together, pretty massive kind of build up. It's very cliche almost, very stereotypical, but it's good to have this box, I think, just for when you are in the creative mode and you kind of want that energy to boost your creative spirit to make that drop super epic, but you don't want to spend a lot of time on the build up. Obviously you don't want to spend 10 minutes putting in something just so you can have it there to kind of get an idea of what the buildup will be and then the drop. I figured why not just make one box that is super easy to manipulate, where you can just have that kind of buildup ready to go. So what this video tutorial is going to be is show you what's going on with this box. So here is the box. This is what it's going to look like when you download it. Inside of here there are 3 simplers right now. This is actually not what it's going to look like when you download it. When you download it, it's only going to have the kick and the snare. So this is what it's going to sound like when you download it from the blog. So as you can hear, it's a lot more basic, but it's still got the build up, which was what we were looking for. All you need to do is just put in this kind of MIDI where it's just exponentially increasing in speed, frequency of MIDI notes all the way over to here, which is, you know, you obviously can change that to how you want, and then you're going to want to modulate or animate this modulation line, which is just the one knob, the red one here. All you have to do is make it look something like that. I had it taper back down a little bit because I kind of like that sound. I think that adds a little bit of flavor to it, but obviously you could do that how you want to. Let's get into customizing for your particular track. Your particular track's already going to have a kick and a snare, and all you need to do to change this box to fit your track is to drop your kick here and your snare here. So if I wanted to, I would just come into, let's just say, here where I've got a kick and a snare here. I would just say, let's just pretend that's my kick. I would just take my kick and drop it here, and let's just say that this is my snare, and I would just drop that here. And now if I run that, it's going to be that same sort of build up, but have the elements of my track inside of it to kind of give it, you know, obviously some cohesion. So sweet, now I'm using the kick and the snare for my project to make the build, and it only took me literally 2 seconds to have that. Just to drop my kick here, my snare here. What I did before was I had the some bass in there, and the way I would do that is just to take the kick here and Control D to duplicate, and then I would unmap the volume here because I'm going to want it a little bit lower, and then just come into the bass loop for my track. I'm just pretending to make a drum and bass beat here, and just have a bass loop So that was the bass lip I was using. Now I would just come down here and I drop it in here, and then I would just find the spot that I wanted to use. I think it was back here. Let me see. I mean, that sounds pretty gnarly. So I would just turn this down again. And the really cool thing about this rack is now that I have this deep bass in here, I need to sidechain that kick. I need to sidechain that bass to the kick, and you can do that right inside of the rack without having to leave it. You just come to your audio effects, come up to your compressor, drop it behind the simpler, and open it up, sidechain just like you would normally do, but sidechain inside itself. So you'd go to the auto build box, and then there's going to be a secondary menu down here. You would just pick the kick drum, right, just like you would normally do, turn the attack all the way down and turn down the threshold. And I like to use RMS when I'm sidechaining. So now I have the bass in there, but it's ducking behind that kick just like I need it to be, so I don't have any redlining going on, any clipping. Pretty sweet, right? And on the second one where I have that synth hit, you can use this. It doesn't have to be for that build-up. It could be anywhere. It could just be for a transition effect or something like that. But I think that's really cool. I think it's really simple to deal with. When you have it all broken down into these 8 macro knobs, I've got a lot of options to adjust some, reverb time. I can make that longer, the decay on the feedback on the decay. I've got an overdrive on here, so I can adjust that overdrive. I've got the limiter, overall volume, the gain there, and then I can adjust individually the kick and the snare right from the main macro knobs, just in case one was a little bit too loud or anything like that. But that was just the walkthrough for this instrument. Sometime this week I'm going to make a full tutorial of how to make this from start to finish, just so you can get even a better understanding of how to make these types of things yourself. But anyway, go ahead and download it, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know what to do. It's 2015. Let's not kid ourselves. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Peace.